Jalen Hood subscribe.
Remember, these are on.
Welcome back here to Little Bighorn Stadium on the campus of Chattooga High School here for tonight's matchup between the host Chattooga Indians and your Heritage Generals. Right now, Chattooga leads by a score of 34-7 here at half. The Generals, really the story of the game has been the Generals offense getting it down close and just not being able to finish drives, turning the ball over 5 times, 4 fumbles as well as an interception. One of those fumbles returned for a touchdown. Really the story for Chattooga has been number 2, Devin Price, who's really been the mode of offense, returned a kickoff for a touchdown, has a couple touchdown receptions as well, and really just leaving his mark here on this game tonight.
Yeah, the difference in this game so far has been the turnovers. Heritage has had so many, and Chattooga's been able to keep the ball on their side.
You're right about that. Chattooga will receive the second half kickoff, and really if you're Heritage, you got to come out here, get a stop, and really try to cut into this big deficit. 27 points is a lot, but there's nothing here. Cutting into it will do nothing but just shrink that lead, and Generals could be able to make something happen here in the second half.
Chattooga's offense has still got to stay aggressive. They got a huge lead, but many teams can blow a lead if they try to play too conservative.
You're right about that. Anderson Britton getting ready to tee off here. Chattooga takes the field, and really the Heritage defense looked well there towards the second part of towards the end of the second half, was able to get a couple 3-and-outs, and looks like they've kind of figured out this Chattooga offense, but really the lead just too big right now for Heritage. 34-7 in favor of Chattooga. Here is Britton. He's going to onside kick it to start the game, and it looks like Heritage has the football. What a play coming out of the half. Anderson Britton, the freshman kicker, puts the ball right where he needed it to be, and Heritage is going to take the ball right here at midfield. What a play right there by Anderson Britton, the kicker. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Hopefully it's not illegal touching.
If it stands, it looked like number 28, Wes Lozano, was the one who got on top of that ball.
Chattooga's offense is looking to take the field. It looked like a Chattooga player touched the football before Heritage recovered, which if it does not go 10 yards, but a Chattooga player touches the football, the ball is still alive. I think Chattooga's arguing that nobody touched the football and it did not go far enough.
Yeah, the ball seemed to have touched the Chattooga player first, but the coach is not happy with the call.
Nevertheless, it'll be 1st and 10 here for Heritage as Curtis gets the carry. Gets about 6-7 yards there. Big, powerful run there by Curtis, the senior running back. Really been held in check.
Great way to start off the half for the Generals here.
Second down and about 5 from the 45-yard line.
Even though this is the first drive in the second half, this is very important since there's such a big deficit.
Really need to cut into that lead here if you're Heritage. Curtis gets it on the counter play. Stays on his feet and rumbles for a first down.
Jeffrey Curtis with the carry. Tackle made by number 28, Dylan Woody.
One of our pregame questions was if Jeffrey Curtis could play the whole 48 minutes and put up good numbers. And so far it seemed like he has. He's been destroying this Indians defense.
Really been gashing them up the middle and out wide on those counter runs for Curtis there. Hadn't found his way into the end zone yet, but looking to do that here on this drive here as Nick Hansen sets up in the pistol. Twins to the left, single receiver on the right side. Gets a snap, he's going to throw. Ball's batted down right there. That's number 46, Malachi Mack, who, if you're just joining us, has played.
Number 46, Malachi Mack.
If we're handing out an MVP award for the game, it's either number 46 in red or number 2 in red. Malachi Mack on the defense and Devin Price on the offense. Mack has been a big-time impact here for the Chattooga defense. Various tackles. Got to be in the double digits there in tackles and big pass breakup right there.
Yeah, Mack and his defense have done a great job holding the Generals so far this game. And the lead they've created is causing the Generals to pass more, and that's something they're not used to doing so far.
Hansen's going to take it. Looks like he's going to throw it again. Has that near side receiver. Far side receiver,
Dylan Bryan.
Looks like Dylan Bryan right there, the sophomore, who's had a great game. Has the lone touchdown of the game for the Generals. It is really, talking to the coaches this week at practice, it's really been they think of Dylan Bryan as really the receiver that, does all the right things, catches the ball when he needs to, runs the right routes, and he's really putting that on the show today.
Yeah, one of the attributes that Dylan Bryan has that the coaches love is his work ethic. He tries hard in practice and games.
Looks like it's going to be a false start right there, and it'll back up the General offense. It'll be 3rd down and long right here, 3rd and about 8 for the Generals.
That could be a costly mistake for the Generals. This is a momentous drive. It's very important.
Heritage had the 3rd and fairly manageable right there. 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 right there. And back up right there due to the false start penalty. 3rd and 8 now from about the 35-yard line. Twins receivers right here on the left. Clint Petty's on the outside, Martin on the inside. Hanson throws a slant. It's off the hands of Dylan Bryan. And that'll make it 4th down. Got to think the Generals will go for it here. 4-down territory definitely with the big deficit.
Yeah, Bryan was a little disappointed he didn't catch that, but that was a bullet coming right out on really fast pass.
Got a question there. If you know it's 4-down territory for the Generals, why not run it there to try to get it to 4th down and fairly manageable 4th and short?
4th down and 8 to go.
Nevertheless, it'll be trips left right here for the Generals. Curtis in the pistol formation. He'll fake it to Curtis, and he's going to get sacked. Gobbled up by that Chattooga defensive line. Lewis Medina there on the sack.
Medina's had a great day so far on the defensive side and kicking the PATs.
That's not the way you wanted that drive to end if you're Heritage. Get the onside kick there. And just not able to do anything with the drive right there. As Medina comes up with a big sack there for the Chattooga defense.
It almost looks like Chattooga recognized that play. The trips formation on the outside and all of them running towards the middle.
Really, when you get into long down situations, you become pretty one-dimensional here as Chattooga. That's E.J. Lackey right there on the carry. Gets a good burst there. Make it 2nd down and short.
Yeah, Chattooga's very fond of their running game, and won't be surprised if they just run it this whole half, try to give a clock down.
Second down and 3 here for Chattooga. Just inside of Heritage territory.
Johnson's under center. Looks like he's about to hand it off on this play.
3 backs in the backfield. The big running back right there. Big fullback, and he is going to hand it off right there. Not much going right there for the Chattooga offense.
Jay Lackey on the carry.
Lackey on the carry.
Tackle made by number 44, Pete Paget.
Pete Paget there to make the tackle, the junior inside linebacker.
I need Isabel Ruth, Joseph Ruth, and Noah Payton to please come to the home.
Some of the most underappreciated players on this Chattooga team are their fullbacks. They're huge and they block really good for their running backs. They create big gaps.
Number 49, Izzy Damon, and number 6, LaShawn Lester, who we've seen a little bit. Both big, strong kids have been able to pave some running lanes and also been able to get some tough, hard-earned yards here for this Chattooga offense. 3rd and 1. Looks like Chattooga's going to take a timeout here.
Timeout taken by Chattooga.
And we'll take a timeout with him here. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry here with the 5 Star News Broadcast Network.
Oh, we're back here. It's 3rd and short for the Chattooga Indians. Looks like they're going to hand it off for a short yardage.
And they do that, and looks like Lackey's able to burst through for the 1st down.
The agility there on that spin move after being hit. It's outstanding work.
For a Somerville McDonald's, Chattooga Indian, first down.
Be a first down there for Chattooga as LaShawn
Tackle was
Lester
made
comes
by
into the
number
game,
20,
the big
Jeffrey
fullback.
Curtis on the last play. First down and 10 for the Indians.
Devin Price, they relied on a lot in the first half, but probably won't see much of him in this half unless the Generals start cutting into this giant lead.
Price is the receiver here on the near side. Covered by Eric Dumas over here on the offense's right, defense's left. 3 running backs in for Chattooga. Got to expect a run right here, and they are going to run it. Lackey. Excuse me, that's Malachi Mack on the carry. He's done so well on defense, might as well get him some time on offense, and he's brought down there by Wes Lozano.
Gain of 4 yards, second down.
Yeah, Pete Pageant and Wes Lozano right there on the tackle. Not really what you want. Gave up about 4 yards, but it's better than giving up more.
Chattooga really getting into kind of the formations that the coaches kind of saw on film, wishbone, kind of traditional power eye, run the football, really old-fashioned running game, ground and pound. Really didn't see that much in the first half. Saw more passing to Devin Price. Right there is the Chattooga running back's going to get.
E.J. Lackey with the run.
Lackey going to make it 3rd and about 1, 3rd and maybe 2.
The corner Luke Teague right there did good at staying home. If that was a fake handoff, he would have been there for the tackle.
3rd down and 1 to go.
Going to be another 3rd and short right here for the Generals. Let's see if the defensive line can get some penetration and get a tackle for a loss right here.
This is another running down right here, 3rd and short. Both teams crowding the line.
3 running backs in along with that big tight end, Luis Medina. And that's Lester, and he's going to break free. Has the sideline and just stiff arms the man. They say he stepped out of bounds. LaShawn Lester showing the big burst of speed.
Wes Lozano was there to push him out of bounds before the end zone.
He steps out of bounds around the 5-yard line. It'll be enough for a Somerville McDonald's, Chattooga Indian, first down.
There's definitely been a struggle today for the Heritage defensive line to get through this Chattooga Indians offensive line. We've seen it at moments, but not a ton.
Chattooga Stadium, that wishbone look. Price is out wide over here on the offense's right side. Handoff right there to Lester. Doesn't have much.
Pete Pageant tried to strip the ball out right there at the end of the play. You got to do everything you can to try to get the ball back without them scoring.
You're right about that. Only way you're going to cut into this lead is if you can hold them on defense and score on offense. Heritage not been able to do that so far, but looking for a big goal line stand here.
It'd also be great if we were able to force a few turnovers. The Chattooga Indians have basically been flawless on offense. They took care of the ball.
Johnson's going to drop back, and had Devin Price, but it's broken up again by Eric Dumas. Another really good play.
For number 2, Devin Price.
There in coverage by number 29, Eric Dumas, able to knock the ball away. His second pass breakup of the game.
Yeah, it looked like Price for sure was going to have that ball until Dumas came in and knocked that ball out.
By number 29, Eric Dumas.
You're wondering when Chattooga was going to go to Price. He had lined up out there on the offense's right side multiple plays in a row, and they go to him there, but unsuccessful here as it's 3rd down and 4 here for Chattooga. They give it to Lester. Lester powers through, and he's going to get a touchdown. LaShawn Lester powers through the Heritage defense.
And number 6, LaShawn Lester carries
for a Chattooga touchdown.
Touchdown.
Here comes Medina after his last PAT, the one that got blocked by Wes Lozano. See if the Chattooga Indians can hold up their line.
Chattooga comes in here from the swinging gate formation. They have a timeout here. Seems to be some confusion here on Chattooga side of the ball.
When Chattooga's on offense, there's only been one player lined up on Perry, and it's been Eric Dumas, so I'm wondering if they're going to take any more shots at him or just stick to the run.
Looks like Chattooga's going to go for two here. Looking to just put it on. Lackey gets it, and he's going to walk in. E.J. Lackey, 2-point conversion's good.
He
Your
wasn't
score
even
with
touched.
5 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Chattooga leads Heritage 42-7. We're going to take a break here. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry with the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. And we're back here with the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. This is Grayson Shook along with my broadcast partner Cooper Terry as Luis Medina looks to kick off. Kicks a line drive. And it's going to go out of bounds, and the Generals will get the ball here at the 35-yard line. Looked like some fatigue set in there for the big Chattooga kicker. Rightfully so. Medina's really played every side of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams, he's been out there. Put together a good game for himself here for Chattooga.
I wouldn't be surprised here if the Generals on this offensive possession kept looking for Dylan Bryan. He's been the golden hand so far for the team.
Looks like Heritage is going to elect a re-kick. Send Medina back out there. Looked really fatigued there on that kick. Kind of gingerly walked up to the line before he kicked it.
Yeah, the Generals right now are definitely missing Chandler Hill and Kid Canary, but some other receivers have stepped in.
Be a 5-yard penalty there. He'll kick it from the 35-yard line.
From the 35-yard line.
Jeffrey Curtis and Wes Lozano deep. Luis Medina to kick it off for Chattooga. Kicks away. It's a short kick. Lozano's going to take it from about the 25, and he's going to be cut down right there. Looks like the ball came out.
It looked like he got back on it, so General's ball, it seems.
Number 28, Wes Lozano on the return.
Able to jump on it. That's number 19, Baylor Wilson, that makes the play.
Yeah, that was a huge hit by Wilson right there.
Baylor Wilson.
Big play by the Chattooga kickoff team right there to get down and contain Lozano. The Generals are looking for something to work here on offense. After that onside kick and not able to do much with it there on the opening drive of the game. Hanson in the shotgun with Curtis in the pistol formation. He's going to take it and pull it out. Scrambles a little bit and throws too high for Pete Padgett.
Hanson's pass falls incomplete, intended for number 44, Pete Padgett.
Had a man open, just overshot his man there. Pete Padgett, the junior tight end.
Yeah, the O-line didn't hold up too great right there. He had a few great blocks, but two Indians were able to get through and pressure Nick Hanson enough to make him overthrow the ball. We're lucky that ball didn't get picked.
You're right about that. Hanson does have one interception already today on the screen pass to Dylan Bryan. He throws ball, looks like it was tipped.
Hanson's pass deflected by number 46, Malachi Mack.
Intended for Dylan Bryan. It'll be third down and 10. Here's Heritage just looking to get something going.
Third down and 10.
Yeah, Malachi Mack again with a great defensive play. It feels like we've called his name about 100 times tonight.
He's definitely made plays on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd down and 10 for the Generals. See if they go screen here. Went to the screen game earlier, and it turned out to work here. The little slip screen to Jeffrey Curtis. Hanson's going to get it. Fires to Clint Petty's, and that ball's going to be complete.
Hanson's pass completed to number 23.
Clint Petty's, who's made a couple big catches here on some critical downs right there, makes another big play right there.
That's enough for a Heritage 1st down.
1st down right here with about 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Heritage has got to keep throwing.
Got to keep going through the air if you're Heritage and want to have any chance of getting back in this game, because time's running out for the Generals. Hanson, looks like the snap was a little misconstrued, and Curtis makes the most of it. Gets about 3, maybe 4 yards.
This is definitely not the situation the Generals want to be in. They're relying on a sophomore quarterback to catch up in this game.
Really kind of had to deal with the growing pains with a fresh quarterback, a young quarterback at that. Nick Hanson had some varsity experience last year, but in a lot of garbage time. Whenever the Generals would have big leads, he'd come in, but really going through those growing pains with a young quarterback, really a young team in general. As Hanson's going to throw a screen pass, has Dylan Bryan on the side. He gets a block from Maddox Rose, and he's going to get the 1st down and a little bit more, knocked out of bounds right there by Chattooga.
Number 11, Dylan Bryan.
Looks like Trey Flowers made the tackle right there.
38, Quentin Perry. Result of the play is a Heritage 1st down.
1st down for the Generals as they look to march on down the field and put the ball in the end zone here.
Yeah, the future's definitely bright for this Heritage Generals team with young players like Dylan Bryan and Nick Hanson stepping up.
I've had to count on the young guys a lot this week, and Dylan Bryan definitely been able to step up here at the receiver position with injuries from
timeout taken by the Generals.
Chandler Hill, Cade Canary. He's really been able to step up and had a really good game for himself. Has a lone touchdown today. We're going to take a break here as Heritage calls a timeout. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry in the 5-Star News Heritage Broadcast Network.
Nick Hanson here to take the snap on 1st and 10. Dylan Bryan's open. Oh, maybe pass interference. Nope, they didn't call it. It looked like he got tripped up by the defender.
He was face guarded there too by the defender, which is illegal in high school football. Not allowed to face guard. You have to turn around and play the football, but officials missed that one.
Yeah, that was a great ball by Nick Hanson. Great right by Dylan Bryan, but unfortunate no call there for the Generals. I'm interested in seeing how this O-line keeps going. Kobe McAllister and a few other of them are looking pretty worn out.
It'll be Curtis hurdles a man. Going to be just short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and about 1.
Jeffrey Curtis on the carry.
The hurdle definitely gaining about 3 more yards right there.
P.J. Smith able to make the tackle there for Chattooga. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
You got to like that if you're a coach, knowing that your players are going to take a risk for your team. Because that was a very dangerous play by Jeffrey. He could have got injured going that high and getting drilled like that.
It'll be 3rd down and 1 here. Hanson gives it to Curtis. He's not going to get anything. He's not going to get the first down for sure. Hit for a big loss.
He stopped for a loss. Tackle made by number 19.
The Generals are down 42-7 with 2:55 left in the third quarter. And they're still relying on the run game a lot. And Chattooga is still crowding the line. I'm surprised they're not going with the passing game right now.
See if they target. It's been Dylan Bryan and Clint Petty's mainly here on big downs, 3rd down, 4th down, and see if they target them here. They're going to line up in twins formation on the right side. Hanson in the backfield with Curtis, Padgett at the up back. He's going to roll to the right side towards Bryan. Bryan is open. Ball's going to be complete on the sideline for the first down. That's Dylan Bryan right there, who's had absolute great game.
That was an amazing catch. It looked like the defender for sure was going to get to that ball, but able to keep his feet in and catch that. A receiver we haven't seen much of tonight, he's been on the field, but he hasn't been targeted a lot, is Jackson Martin. I'm wondering if they're going to start targeting him more since they have to rely on the passing game.
Be 1st down and 10 here. Hanson in the pistol formation. Fakes it to Curtis, dodges a tackler, and he's going to go down. Minimal loss right there. Chattooga looks like they brought the house there.
Hanson sacked behind the line of scrimmage by number 17, Jacoby Cottrell.
Jacoby Cottrell makes a sack right there. Be 2nd down and about 13 to go.
There was a little bit of smack talking on the far side of the receiver in the corner. Same receivers, Jackson Martin, Clint Petty's, and Dylan Bryan lined up. And Jeffrey behind Nick Hanson.
Hanson's pass falls incomplete.
Not sure what that was, but good throw by Nick Hanson. Just looked like the receiver's unaware of where the ball was.
3rd down.
Fade route there for Clint Petty. He's just unable to spot the ball. And it'll be 3rd down and 12 here.
The Generals are huddled up, and this is definitely an important play for Heritage. That's 3rd and long.
3rd down, 12 to go. Ball on the 22-yard line. Hanson fakes the snap, and he's going to dodges a tackle, and it's going to be picked. Picked off there by Chattooga. There is a flag on the play, though, in the backfield.
Another flag on the play.
Hanson's
After.
pass intercepted by Devin Price, but hold on, there are a couple of penalty flags on the play.
Looks like it was roughing the passer against Chattooga.
The offensive line is definitely a little worn out because earlier in the game they were holding up the Indians a lot better than this. Now they're getting through.
Chattooga is bringing more pressure here, trying to rattle the passing game. Officials conversing here.
Oh, it's like the purple one's up there near the top. It's on y'all's 1 and 2. Can't see it.
We can see what the call is here. I thought I saw a roughing the passer signal there by the white hat.
Yeah, the officials are still discussing the call. And Chattooga's coach looks very angry.
Not too happy about that. You get the turnover here, and it could be off or not.
Might be over here closer to this side.
As Chattooga makes probably really their first mistake of the night, hitting the quarterback late.
10 foot 1 or 2.
They don't have much to lose in this game. This is a non-region game. Really won't count for, like, if they're trying to make the state playoffs, but Still.
Heritage offense will stay out there. This Chattooga defense swaps out with the offense.
Personal foul penalty was called on the Indians on that play. It will remain Heritage ball.
You fix it, Jared, or not?
That would have been the 6th turnover there for the Generals. 2nd interception by Nick Hansen. Really bailed him out there with the personal foul penalties. Heritage is going to have it in the red zone again, looking to finish a drive right here.
You want to have hope for this Generals team, but it seems like they're running out of time as it took a whole quarter for them to even get in scoring position.
Ball's deflected up in the air and incomplete.
Hansen's getting swarmed as soon as he gets the ball. That's the main concern right now.
Jackson Martin, the intended receiver there. Be 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line.
They might target Dylan Bryan here. He's had a great game so far. Him and Clint Petties are lined up on the left side.
Jeffrey's going to power his way to the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Generals. Jeffrey Curtis on the carry.
Jeffrey Curtis on
7-yard
the carry
touchdown run.
Touchdown.
And that'll cut into this Chattooga lead, but not enough. It'll be 42-13 here with the extra point pending. Ryan Kraft on to attempt the extra point. Big run there by number 20, Jeffrey Curtis gets his first touchdown.
Number 90, Ryan Kraft on for the extra point for the Generals.
Clayton Johnson and his offensive squad are getting ready right here after this Ryan Kraft PAT.
Extra point is good. Score here with a minute 14 to go here in the third quarter.
The Indians lead the Generals
Chattooga leads
42-14.
We're going to take a little break here. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry in the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. And we're back here as Anderson Britton ready to kick off to Chattooga. Big touchdown drive there for the Generals. Here with 1:14 to go here in the third quarter. Chattooga still leads 42-0. Britton's going to onside kick it again. This time it's recovered by Chattooga at about the 45-yard line.
The onside kick is recovered by Cash Allen. And that's where the Indians will take over for Somerville McDonald's. Chattooga Indian first down.
You almost have to go for the onside kick now. 42-14, 1:11 left in the third quarter.
Still a lot of ball game left, but might not be enough here for Heritage. Down 4 scores. Chattooga with the football. Three running backs again in the backfield in that wishbone form.
This might be a trick play. They have Cash Allen, number 5, a QB, in the play on the right side.
Toss sweep here to the near side. Flag on the play. Lester bowls his way over. Gain of about 7 there. 2 flags, though, on the play. Looks like it'll be a hold. Going to be a block in the back against Chattooga.
Interesting choice putting QB out the block. It might just be to take up space.
Going to back Chattooga up a little bit, and Heritage really needs to stop here if they want to try to put a little bit more of a dent here in this Chattooga lead. A little over a minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, both teams were 1-1 coming into this game, and shows signs of who's going to be key players for the Generals and Chattooga. We know Perry, number 2 for the Indians, he stepped up a lot in this game.
Offsetting penalties as they called a
Replay the down, first down and 10.
Heritage player went low on a Chattooga player there, and that results into a penalty. And fouls will offset. They'll replay first down here.
With a lead this big, that's not what Heritage wants to do here. Penalties can hurt you a lot.
3 men in the backfield, pitch to the left side. It's going to be Lackey. Lackey breaks the tackle. Run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
DJ Lackey with a 15-yard gain. It'll be a Somerville McDonald's Chattooga Indian first down.
Be a first down there for Chattooga. Final minute here of the third quarter.
21, Zach Brown with the tackle there. He's a sophomore. He has a bright future. He's like really good right now, leading the generals in tackles. The Indians running the clock down right here. They're going to wait till the last moment to take a snap.
Handoff up the middle. Looks like LaShawn Lester there on the carry, and he just bowls over the general defense. Gets 5. Lester, only a freshman, but built more like an upperclassman. Good-sized kid. Just bowls over the Heritage defense right there to make it second down and 5.
5 yards, it'll be second down.
David Gannon and Boone Wheeler have got to be very impressed with the way their offensive line performed today. They're pushing the Heritage defensive line back at least 5 yards on every play.
David Gannon, the offensive coordinator for Chattooga. Boone Wheeler, the offensive line coach. And you're right, got to be happy with the way Indians' offense and the offensive line has performed today. Indians been able to score at will here as last couple seconds of the quarter will wind down. And we'll go to the fourth quarter. Hold on, there's a flag on the play, though. Nevertheless, we'll go to the fourth quarter. Chattooga leads Heritage 42-14. I'm Grayson Shug. This is Cooper Terry here with the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. Here we are with an untimed down here. There was a delay of game penalty called against Chattooga before the third quarter expired. So Chattooga will run one untimed down play. All zeros on the clock here. Second down and 10. They're just going to hand it off again. LaShawn Lester, big gain, and that's going to be a first down for Chattooga.
Player down on the field, slow to get up.
That will be enough for
Wes Lozano looks banged up on the play.
First down.
And now we'll go to the fourth quarter here as Chattooga leads Heritage 42-14 going into the fourth quarter. This has been the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. Welcome back here to Little Bighorn Stadium on the campus of Chattooga High School. I'm Grayson Shook alongside Cooper Terry. Heritage Chattooga leads your Heritage Generals 42-14 here in the final quarter of the ball game. Chattooga with the football, 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
Like we talked about earlier, this is a non-region game. Heritage went to state last year and won in 2 rounds. They lost a lot of seniors, good talent. So the goal this year is to get back to state, but we're not expecting a 1 or 2 seed.
Lackey's going to take it. He's bottled up, but still on his feet. Able to fight hard-earned yards, and that's really been the MO of this Chattooga football team. Charles Hammond, the head coach, really wishbone traditional power football, run the football between the tackles. E.J. Lackey ran the ball hard right there, able to pick up a couple yards after contact.
Gain of 4 yards, 2nd down.
You gotta like what Hammond did with this team. Each player has assumed their role and hasn't complained about it so far. Like Perry in the first half was getting so many touches, and this half he understands that the run game is where it's at to run out the clock, and he hasn't complained once about it.
Johnson under center here, 3 backs in the backfield, going to hand it off to Lackey again. Runs through another tackle, still on his feet. He's going to be brought down for another Chattooga first down.
31, E.J. Lackey.
Right now, if you're Chattooga, you're just looking to get out of here unscathed here as the trainers come to the field to have a general down on the field.
Yeah, they say in the tackle the lower player is going to win and make the play. Lackey has been lower than all the Generals defenders so far, and it's shown because he's been getting like 10 yards after contact.
It's Clint Petty's down on the field there for the Generals, getting stretched out. We're going to take a timeout here. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry with the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. And we're back here after the injury timeout. Petty's able to get off the field under his own power.
Yeah, you hate to see that if you're a Generals fan, knowing that Clint Petty's had a great game. Him and Dylan Bryan, they've really stepped up after Chandler Hill's injury and Kay Canar's injury. So the depth chart right now is not looking too good of all the injuries.
It's the last thing Heritage wanted was another injury right here as Johnson's going to keep it on a bootleg. Shifts the tackler, and he's going to get in the end zone for another Chattooga touchdown.
Takes the ball and runs for a touchdown.
Dumas stayed home. He was there to make the tackle. He did everything right except make the tackle.
Just got to execute right there if you're the Heritage defense. Make the tackle in the open space. Chattooga makes it 48-14 here. Extra point is pending.
Nick Hansen's warming up right now on the sidelines. Logan Lowe's hurt. He's the backup quarterback, so he probably won't get any minutes tonight. So probably Nick Hansen the rest of the game.
Really want to see sophomore quarterback kind of grow, learn from experience here in just his 3rd game as the general quarterback. Really kind of learn from your mistakes as Medina makes the extra point.
The kick is good.
Your score right here with 10 minutes and 34 seconds to go.
34 left to go in the game.
In the game, Chattooga leads 49-14. We're back here from Little Bighorn Stadium on the campus of Chattooga High School. Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network here. I'm Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry. As Luis Medina looks to kick off to the general offense, who's really been held up at this point. Only 14 points on the board through 4 quarters. Easton O'Donnell will take the kick. Tries to get outside. Loses the football. And it's out, and Chattooga has it.
2 back-to-back massacres so far in the Ringgold and Chattooga games for the Generals. You gotta hope they perform better in region play.
Number 19, Baylor Wilson, and recovered by the Indians.
Chattooga's going to take the football here deep in Heritage territory. Defense comes back on the field, just looks exhausted, really. Been on the field most of the football game and just been gassed this whole second half by the strong Chattooga running game. Again, we said coming in 625 yards total through 2 games on the ground for Chattooga.
Yeah, the Generals host Pepperell next week at home, and after that, they'll begin their region play.
Pepperell, another strong opponent. In Class AA, made a deep playoff run last year.
Quarterback Cash Allen.
Some strong, graduated some real tough players though, strong, good athletes, as did this Generals team, graduating 22 seniors last year.
It's interesting to see the Generals expanding their schedule a little bit. They got Pepperell and Chattooga, 2 teams they've never played before, in back-to-back weeks, so that's pretty exciting.
Second down and about 8 here for Chattooga. Cash Allen gives it off, and that looks like a Lester on the carry. He's going to get the first down. It'll be 1st and goal here for Chattooga.
Number 6, LaShawn Lester on the carry.
Chattooga will probably keep it on the ground here again. The run game's been working. There's really no need to pass. One of the main differences in this game has definitely been turnovers. The Generals have had like 6 or 7 fumbles, interception, turnover on downs, and Chattooga's played flawless on offense so far.
Really done well. Not much to be disappointed about here if you're Charles Hammond. David Gann, the offensive coordinator here at Chattooga. They've looked strong. Carry, that's Lackey again. He's going to get in the end zone for a touchdown.
DJ Lackey on the carry for Chattooga Indian. Touchdown!
That'll make it 55-14 here with under 10 minutes to play. Extra point pending. And it's been a night that the Heritage defense wants to forget. Back-to-back games have given up 40-plus points. Got to look to get it back together when they face Pepperell at home next week.
Yeah, the Generals defense definitely worn out. They've had a long night, been on the field for probably about 60% of the game. Here's Medina again with a field goal in PAT. He's been flawless so far, except for the one blocked by
Flags
Wessels
on
on
the
him.
play. It's going to be a legal substitution against Heritage. Really not just going bad to worse if you're the Generals.
I'm surprised that's the first time they've caught that. They've been sprinting people off the field late in the last few plays in this drive.
We're able to catch it there. Though is also a legal substitution penalty against Chattooga. It's going to back them up a little bit.
Another key player for the Generals, Marcus Fortson. He's a freshman. Hasn't get to see the field yet this season. He's been injured. They're excited to see what his talent is.
He was originally going to be the guy that really spelled Jeffrey at that. Here's the snap, was mishandled there by the holder. Extra point not attempted, and it'll be Chattooga 55, Heritage 14 with 9:06 to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a timeout here. This is Grayson Shook along with Cooper Terry and the Heritage High School 5-Star News. Broadcast Network. Luis Medina to kick it off here for Chattooga. Ball picked up by Heritage. That's Dylan Bryan. Ball pops out again, and it's picked up. That looks like Wes Lozano. Johnny on the spot right there, and he's able to advance the ball out past the 40-yard line to about the 41-yard line here for the Generals.
Dangerous play there by the Generals. It looked like Dylan Bryan and Wes Lozano were a little banged up after that play, after getting hit pretty hard.
Coughed the ball up again. It's really been the theme here for the Generals offense and special teams, just not being able to hold on to the football, turning the ball over, and it's proved costly here in this game tonight.
Yeah, Cody Lunis, running backs coach, probably going to be working on some ball control drills to lower the amount of fumbles we've had in this game.
For some reason, Chattooga's going to take a timeout here. 8:55 in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a timeout with them. This is the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network. And we're back here as Nick Hansen's in the pistol formation. Hands the ball off. That looks like number 10, Kenton Aaron. Doesn't get much on the play there. Bring up second down. Generals making a mass substitution here. Try to keep some guys from getting injured. Already had a couple guys banged up. Clint Petty's earlier in this game. Really looking to prevent injuries here if you're the Generals.
Both teams have a lot of positives in this game. The Generals have found out that they have a lot of young talent that could provide in the future and probably step up and make some plays this year. And Chattooga's seniors and upperclassmen have really dominated this game.
Yeah, if we could hand out a Player of the Game award, it would go to number 2, Devin Price. Hadn't played much here in the second half, but left his mark in the first half. Number of touchdowns, I think 3 receiving touchdowns, 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. The senior really left his mark on this game tonight as Chattooga leads here 55-14, under 8 minutes to go here in the game.
Yeah, Perry really caught the Generals off guard today. They're coming in thinking that Chattooga was just going to keep pounding up the middle and stick to their run game, but they executed a lot of different plays and passed the ball just as much as they ran in the first half.
Hanson's going to keep it and just runs out of bounds.
Late hit right there by the Chattooga Indians.
Late flag comes in.
44 Underwood with a careless mistake there.
It's number 44. Jatavian Underwood there committing the foul there, and Heritage will get a first down off of it.
Yeah, he shoved Ashton Likens right to the ground there, like way after the play, way after a whistle. Something that just didn't need to happen, especially when you have 55-14 lead.
So Heritage will take over right here on about the 32-yard line. Be first down and 10. Hanson still in the game at quarterback. As you mentioned earlier, the backup, Logan Lowe, nicked up a little bit.
The freshman, Davin Wilson's in the game now. Good block right there.
Aaron's going to get the carry. Breaks the tackle and gets good yards, going to get a first down.
Heritage first down.
First down 10 here for the Generals, looking to score here late in the ball game. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Generals are still looking to score here, but I don't think they have a chance to come back in this game, and Slaughter's putting a few young players in again to get them some experience.
Counterplay right here to Kenton Aaron, breaks a tackle, and is finally brought down. About a 5-yard pickup there for number 10, Kenton Aaron, the junior running back.
Number 10, Kenton Aaron on the play again.
Yeah, Davin Wilson's in there, Bradley Cass is in there, so the Generals are basically just putting in some new players to get an experience.
Really clearing the benches here, putting everybody in, get some experience. Here on this second down and 7.
Jacob Lozano is out on the side.
Aaron's going to get it again, and he's going to be short of the goal line, looks like.
He stopped short of the goal line.
Looks like it was good enough for the first down, though. Heritage looking to get a touchdown here with about 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, the Generals they'll accept the score here, but it's a little too late to put numbers on the board.
Looks like Chattooga's going to take a timeout. Not really sure why, but timeout there by the Indians. We're going to take a timeout with them.
Taken by Chattooga.
And we're back here at Little Bighorn Stadium. 5:55 to go. Heritage has first and goal on the 1-yard line. It'll be Kenton Aaron again. And Aaron's going to walk in for the touchdown. Number 10, Kenton Aaron on the carry for the touchdown. 5:51 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Jake Call right there had a great block to lead the way for Kenton Aaron.
Big play right there. Looks like the Generals are going to go for 2 here. $5:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Chattooga still leads 55-20 here, but a big touchdown run there.
Aiden Howe and Davin Wilson are in the game. They've been lining up on the right side. Won't be surprised if they look that way.
Big twins here to the right side. Pistol formation here. Single receiver to the left. Hanson takes a snap, gives it to Aaron, and he is going to be stuffed. Be no good there.
2-point conversion try is no good by the Generals.
After you run the same play a couple times in a row, it's bound not to work there as
Yeah, the Indians read that one right from the start. They got by our young offensive line right there and made the tackle. They swarmed Kenton Aaron.
Was number 43, Carter Lowenberg, on the stop. We're going to take a timeout here. Chattooga leads Heritage 55-20 with 5:51 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Anderson Britton's set off the kick here. The coaching staff usually has him kick squib kick. He's got a leg to kick it far, but they have him kicking short kicks.
He is going to pooch kick it. Malachi Mack's going to take it down the sideline. Tiptoes the sideline as it's knocked out of bounds. And a flag's going to come in for a late hit.
Returned by number 46, Malachi Mack, but a flag's on the play.
If you're the Chattooga coach there, you got to be upset with the Generals player because that's one of your star players that's been mentioned several times in this game that just got hit.
Personal foul on the Generals.
Personal foul on Heritage there, late hit.
Pizza, hamburgers and nachos are half price at the concession stand.
Be first down for Chattooga here, 5:44 to go. We have dead ball, personal foul, penalty against Heritage. We'll push Chattooga into general territory.
Heritage 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35 here for Chattooga as they put in some substitutes of their own.
You got to love the Taj Nation here, the Generals fan base, for coming out and supporting the Generals, even like with a 45-minute drive down here in Chattooga.
Definitely have some of the best fans in the North Georgia area there as the Chattooga running back gets the carry. Looks like 56. Matthew Tetrod on the tackle.
Number 27 on the carry for the Indians. Gain of 5 yards, second down.
Logan Pickett on the Heritage sideline still getting the fans pumped up.
Coming in on about 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Chattooga still leads 55-20 here. About second down and 5 here for the Indians.
Taylor Dyer lined up on number 7 on the outside.
Allen's handoff is to number 37, Ty Beach.
Going to be another flag on the play. Not sure what that's for.
Flag on the play.
Officials seems like they just want to stay here as long as they can while these two teams are trying to get out here as fast as they can.
Yeah, these are the penalties you definitely don't like if you're on the winning team or losing team. You're anxious to get this game over with, and these just make it go longer.
Going to be on Chattooga there.
Illegal formation on the Indians.
Illegal formation, though. Flag was thrown rather late there for that illegal formation call. Nevertheless, it'll back up Chattooga. It'll be second down and about 10.
5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Again, this is the first time these two teams met. They studied film about each other, but they actually never got to see each other in the same stadium.
First time the Generals and Indians have matched up. And
triple option there, quarterback keeper.
Quarterback Cash Allen on the keeper.
And that was really what kind of the
Tackle made by number 33.
game plan on Chattooga was to stop that triple option, that power I running game. Came out really completely different offensive scheme. Got to give props to Charles Hammond on the adjustments. Probably watched a lot of Ringgold film last week and saw that General's a little suspect through the air.
Yeah, Chattooga's coaching staff's very happy. Cash Allen stepped up a lot in this fourth quarter, showing that he can make some plays. So if they ever need him, he'll be able to perform.
He will be counted on here for Chattooga next year as Clayton Johnson graduates. Allen only a sophomore as he pitches it out. It's number 15, Corey Curtis. Down the sideline and is going to be brought down.
Number 15, Corey Curtis on the run.
Be first and goal there for Chattooga.
Based on what we've seen in this fourth quarter, Cash Allen's the quarterback next year.
All the way down
They'll
inside
probably
the
be running a
5-yard
lot of
line
triple
for some of
options.
the McDonald's.
They've ran it
Indian,
a few
first
times in this
down.
drive, and they've executed it perfectly.
Head coach Charles Hammond has shown today he's been able to work well with the personnel he's got. Really been able to target number 2, Devin Price, early. And it's proved to work. Been able to get the ball there to the big running backs, LaShawn Lester, Izzy Damon.
Cash Allen's also a sophomore quarterback, and it's very hard to read the option, and he's done it really well so far, and that's very impressive from a sophomore.
It is. As Chattooga's going to have a delay of game penalty.
Delay game against the Indians.
4:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chattooga leads 55-20. Looking to add to that lead. It'll be first and goal for Chattooga. Looks like they're in a victory formation as the quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Cash Allen takes a knee.
Yeah, the Generals will definitely get the ball here if they keep taking a knee, but it's too late for them to come back in this ball game.
You're right about that. Just a lead that got to be too insurmountable here for the Generals. They'll be back at it next Friday night against Pepperell at home. Another big non-region game. Final tune-up before region play kicks off for the Generals as they're looking to make the third playoff appearance in as many years. A lot of work to do, of course. A lot of film to look at here from tonight, and they'll be back at it next Friday night against Pepperell. Another tough, really talented team. They are in Class AA just like this Chattooga team, but very talented.
Allen again takes a knee. It'll be third down for the Indians.
A lot of good athletes, really on both sides of the ball and every stage of the ball.
The Chattooga Indians next week will head to Coosa. That'll be another tough battle. Coosa's got some very good athletes, so can't wait to see how they compare to them.
That is a region game there for Chattooga as their region schedule kicks off. Be a big game here for the Indians. Traveling to Coosa down in Rome, Georgia, to play the Coosa Eagles.
It'll be fourth down and goal.
Allen takes another knee. The clock just keeps ticking. Generals will drop to 1-2 on the season. Unlike last year when the Generals were 3-0 through the first 3 games, and last year had given up a total of 23 points through 3 games.
Turn the ball over on downs.
Turnover on downs there.
6 seconds left to go. Heritage will take over the first down.
Heritage takes over. Close to the whole length of the way to the end zone. Won't be surprised if they just run the clock out here.
It's what you'll expect here from offensive coordinator Jake Ledbetter calling the plays. Look to just run the clock out and get out of here and worry about next week against Pepperell. Keep your guys healthy.
If you're Chattooga, you know you got 2 very good stars of Malachi Mack and Devin Price. They performed very well tonight. Devin Price on receiving game, scored early a few times. And Malachi Mack's been called on basically every tackle.
Nick Hansen's going to take a knee there, and clock's just going to wind on down here as Generals will drop to 1-2 on the year. The thing about this is, though, that these games are not considered whenever the state playoff rankings are being made, which is good for the Generals. They still have a whole region schedule ahead of them. A lot of time to grow, a lot of time to develop. And it's back to the drawing board next week against Pepperell. Again, another really talented team. Really, this non-region schedule has been pretty tough for the Generals. Again, a win against LFO to open the season. Lost against a tough Ringgold team. Lost against a really athletic and talented Chattooga team, and another athletic team in Pepperell next week. So, to really show you what kind of team the Heritage Generals are in terms of dealing with these athletes, and we close down on less than a minute to go in the game.
Yeah, Heritage definitely benefits off these games. They're scheduling really good teams in Pepperell and Chattooga. That will definitely prepare them for their region. So you got to be looking forward to region play for the Heritage. The Chattooga fans are celebrating right now. They know they got the victory in this game.
Hanson's going to take another knee, and that should be the ball game.
As this game comes to a conclusion, we'd like to remind everyone, catch the Indians in region action starting in 2 weeks as we travel to Coosa to take on the Eagles. Game time 7:30. Make sure to catch.
That's going to be your ball game. Chattooga's going to win this one 55-20 to go to 2-1. For the Generals, they dropped to 1-2. Chattooga is off next week, but kicks off their region schedule September 14th at Coosa. Heritage will be at home next week against Pepperell. From all of us here at the Heritage High School 5-Star News Broadcast Network, I'm Grayson Shook, my partner Cooper Terry, Jared Dameron, Carson Green, Camden Green, and Jeff Green. We'd like to thank you guys for sticking with us and watching this football contest. And so long. We'll see you guys next week at home against Pepperell.